You rub your eyes in disbelief. Your friend has turned himself into an actual anime character. You yank his hair and feel his skin to see if this is some kind of a prank. The picture he sent you wasn't a filter at all. Your mom knocks on your door telling you breakfast is ready. You panic and quickly hide your friend in the closet just as your mom enters the room. She looks around confused about the mess you did in your room. She tells you to tidy up and come out to breakfast before it gets cold. You whisper to your friend to wait in your room while you eat. It'll only take 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
You're gobbling up your food while your mom and dad are looking at you with their jaws dropped. In less than 30 seconds, you finish up your meal, thank your parents, rush back to your room, and lock the door behind you. Your friend is lying down on your bed, scrolling through his phone without a care in the world. You, on the other hand, can't believe it's happening and go online to see if anyone else is turning into an anime character. You come across a thread that catches your eye about someone going through the same thing. And the person mentions that they're going to an anime convention that's happening in your town, but you'll have to take the bus to get there. You and your friends sneak out the window and go down the emergency staircase outside and make it to the streets. You grab the first bus and find seats in the back. You check your phone and find out that your morning class was canceled. However, you get an email that your quiz today is pushed an hour earlier instead. You realize you may not make it back in time.
Oh, no.
Everyone on the bus is staring at you. They're starstruck by how realistic your friend looks and are even taking pictures of him. You hand him your hoodie and tell him to cover up to not draw any more attention to yourselves. The journey will take around an hour to get there. An hour passes and you finally arrive at the venue. It's jam-packed with anime fans dressed up in their favorite costumes, including Pokemon, Attack on Titan, Dragon Ball Z, and everything else. Before you wait in line, you realize that you should buy some merch and dress for the role. Your friend helps you out and is still wearing the hoodie to disguise himself. Even though everyone is wearing costumes, your friend stands out.
Oh, yeah.
The hoodie accidentally slips, and some people catch a glimpse of him and screech in excitement. Many anime-dressed fans rush to him and flock to him with selfies and ask, how did he create his costume? The one thing they can't put their finger on is what character he is. Seeing as you're at an anime convention, you don't have to worry about him wearing cover-up, but you still don't want to be the center of attention. You wait in line and finally get your tickets and enter. You open the thread and try to contact the person who's going through the same thing. The person replies and says to seek out the guardian princess on the first level. You're even more confused than before trying to find her. There's music blasting in the background and many competitions popping up out of nowhere. Suddenly, your friend gets dragged into a prize poll for the best costume. They pull him on stage and eyes and cameras are on him. Your friend looks at you confused, but you look back at him equally dumbstruck. He poses there and fits in his role perfectly. Suddenly, his eyes flash red and some lightning rings form around his fist. His hair stands up slightly. Your eyes widen in shock, knowing that this is not part of the show, but everyone else thinks otherwise. You rush on stage and pull him off. He snaps back to normal and everyone boos. Just as you're escorting him down, they announce that he won first prize. But it's too late. The two of you vanish. Your friend is scared and didn't know what happened back there.
Oh, no.
You can sense that coming here may have been a mistake. You check your watch and you still have time to make it back to the city and head to class. You catch some glimpses of a woman wearing white following your every move. You've been seeing this person around since you were on the bus. You take your friend to have some refreshments before catching the next bus. You're on your phone trying to figure something out. Your friend, meanwhile, is freshened up and also helps you with your research. But then, your friend collapses to his knees, clenching his fists together. You go to him and try to help him up, but you can see his pupils turning red. There's electricity emitting from his fists. The ground starts to shake. You take a few steps back. You're scared and don't know what to do. Some people gather around and start taking pictures and sharing them on social media. But your friend is getting worse. Suddenly, everything around him starts to float, including the people taking selfies, even the pictures on the wall, and the kiosk selling a bunch of merch. People still think this is part of the convention. You rush over to him and try to control him, but you too are floating in the air. You turn around and see what looks like the Guardian Princess with sky blue hair and a white dress. Her eyes are also red, and she starts floating. She and your friend lock eyes and are chasing after each other at lightning speed. The convention is getting destroyed, and people are panicking. You try to find a place to hide, but their speed is breaking every kiosk and every platform. You rush out with the rest of the people and hide safely. You take off your costume and help people who are in need. But suddenly, they're also changing. They start turning into the anime characters they were dressed as. So, you see a huge section of Pokémon, Attack on Titan, and Dragon Ball Z characters come to life. Some of them are turning into life-sized versions of the characters. You can't find your friend, and all the anime characters are panicking even more. The news gets a hold of this and is covering everything. You can't believe what's happening in front of you. You run away to the parking lot, but anime characters are running rampant. The city town is now filled with real anime characters. You still can't find your friend. The venue is almost completely destroyed. Some titans are roaming around, crushing everything underneath them. Pokémon are battling each other, and the rest are going about their business. 1 year later. You wake up at home, ready for your next semester in university. The world is almost 50% anime characters, but they learn to get along just fine. You have breakfast at home, and the news anchor is an anime character. You haven't seen your friend since the anime convention. No one knows where he or the Guardian Princess went. Even though almost half the world is anime characters, they're mainly peaceful with everyone else. Scientists can't explain what happened and if it can be reversed. And they also can't explain why random people are turning into them. You head downstairs and wait for your bus, but it's late. You head to the subway despite the rush hour. There are anime characters all around. Some of them are so tiny that they have their own little section for them. The giant anime creatures moved out of the city and found a place to live in the countryside where they can't do any damage. After a long day at class, you finally go home and crash. You see a shadowy figure standing behind your door and slowly walking towards you. He reveals himself to be your friend. His hair is white and he looks sinister. He tells you that he knows how to stop this once and for all.
That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the bright side.